Do you have any specific memory regarding either wrestling or fighting in Latin America, and which countries you visit before?
Say that. I didn't get that.
So let's talk about Latin America in general. You've been
Oh,
wrestling and combat sports, both of them, all over the world. You've been to Latin America before. Do you have a memory or a special treasure that you remember while visiting any country in Latin America, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Chile, or any other country you competed before?
yeah. I would say Puerto Rico. I was there and I'd actually fought Kimbo. Um, it was my actually the first time I fought him,
Oh, wow.
and it was in a chicken cockfight arena. What do they call those things? It was like this big.
Gallera, we call it in Spanish. Gallera.
Yeah, so we were all in this building, and it was 100 degrees humidity.
Wow.
It was like unbelievable. There was no air conditioning in this place, and it was a huge arena, right? And so when we went in to fight, it was like we were warming up and we were already sweating. And I remember when I went in to do the fight, I felt like, wait a minute, I had to buy these long tube socks that went up to my knees, and then my knee pads on, or those sleeves that I had on, that I put those on because it would absorb the sweat like a gi does, right? And so I put those long socks on so that when I went for a leg lock, that it would absorb the sweat and it wouldn't be so slippery for me to be able to get a knee bar on him because we were going to be so sweaty before the match ever started. And so when I went in and did that fight, man, people thought it was funny because I came out with these red Speedo trunks on and then these long white tube socks up to my knees with these red sleeves pulled over my knees. And everybody was like, why are you wearing those? Like, I wouldn't tell nobody until after the fact. And they all did their fight. They were like, man, I would have wore something because it was so slippery. It was so wet because there was no air conditioning in that building. And the humidity was just tremendously hot. And we were sweating before we ever walked into the ring into a completely dripped down sweat. So it was the funniest thing when I watched it because it looked so dorky wearing them. But I ended up getting the leg lock because of those socks.